Forward at centre half forward. So already cat and mouse games. We're underway for 2009 for Collingwood and Adelaide fans, and Fraser immediately. Swan, Cox, Lockie, a good start. Collingwood the season last year. He did turn a bit of a corner, and perhaps he'll continue on his merry way. Fraser, Swan again, over the head of Tuvey, made it.
Seasons, very gifted, can play midfield or forward, and a beautiful finisher.
Yeah, you're right, it's his fourth season on the list, but he's really growing as a... Tip it into the ruck. Fraser wins it. Maxwell tried to affect the clearance, got it to Didak, to half forward. Well, they've had such a different pre-season, these two teams, and yet Adelaide look as if they've enjoyed the better summer. And it just... He had the goods. And the big stage here at the G on a Saturday afternoon didn't scare him at all. Pendlebury, O'Brien, Thomas.
Clearances is often an interesting stat. I hear a lot of people put a lot of faith in it, and sure, you're better off winning them than not. But right now, Collingwood are 14-6 in favour of Collingwood, dominating.
Second term to get underway. Adelaide leading by 23 points. Marich and Fraser. No decisive knockdown. Brown came in off.
Able to get round the Adelaide players across half back and get it to Marty Clark, who got it in there.
2 goals for Marty Clark.
You know you can't stand there. I've warned you.
2 of Collingwood's 3. Couple of warnings to the players behind the umpire.
I like that. You know you can't stand there. I've warned you.
From the ball up.
Which is funny because they took away the no-go zone that they trialled in the NAB Cup.
Knight's handball smothered. Swan hands up to Pendlebury. It's a new pack. 35 plays 24. Crooked bounce. Neither ruckman get anywhere near it. 2 Collingwood players collide. Vince, Dangerfield, Knights.
Oh, it's a sorry feeling as you're jogging back. That's assuming you chased in the first place. Nothing worse than standing down in the forward line waiting for him to come back.
Soccer. Fraser and Tippett. Tippett with the knockdown. Knights half held. Threw it away. Poor Pleasure dives in. O'Brien just as strong. Medhurst. Kick to the open side. Thomas.
Scott. And Collingwood in the last 15 minutes have been running at 90%. Adelaide up until that last passage of play at 69%. I think that's the main reason why they've got back into this.
Before Jared, using it a lot better as they're going inside 50 and going forward.
Bryan in the ruck. Knights to Cook.
He's done well.
Back to Knights. Edwards using handball through the middle. Back to a 3-goal lead. It was 23 points at quarter time. We're about to tick into time on second term.
It's actually one of the positives for the Crows, the fact that Paul Pleasure's been relatively quiet. He's got a lot more to give in the second half.
Marty Clark played for the 50, didn't get it. Johnson
Played around the ground.
from the ball up. Crucial seconds tick. 2 minutes negation.
Yet.
Second half underway.
Play on.
Fraser beaten for it, so lays the tackle. Secondary ball up coming.
Back within 7 points. I've definitely got my money on the Pies.
From the ball up.
Play on.
Barrett straight down. Edwards forced to lay the hold-up tackle.
Or all your money, Jared. If they get their fluency in possession, the Crows are in trouble.
Adelaide in front, but they're taking some punches now. Van Berlo tossed down. Thomas inspired. Pendlebury through traffic. Play on advantage. Hands to Swan. They can take.
They have continually been defensive.
Yeah, McLeod started on the wing and has now moved to half-back where he was at the start of the game.
And Collingwood have let that happen. They're happy for him to go to Lockyer and Clark playing on the wing.
Good one to Vince. Wrapped up by Maxwell. Ball up.
First half, and it left Dale Thomas on his own and a goal.
Play on.
2 goals for the term for Medhurst. Clark. Knockout. Goodwin does well. Riley back to Goodwin.
Well, so far in this game, he's certainly shown the captain's material.
You talk about alarming statistics, Verdi. They've kicked the last 6 goals, Collingwood.
Vince slung out of the pack.
And it's not the sort of day, Jason, you want to be coming back from 4 or 5 goals down in the last quarter. Like, half of the second quarter and now again in this quarter. I'm surprised if Adelaide can put 2 or 3 on, they're back in the game.
They've actually started with an extra man in defence, Adelaide.
Yeah, loose man at each end now.
O'Brien, loose handball, Goodwin. Got it out.
Yeah. Does it look like Collingwood were going to put them to bed?
It's a one-goal game.
Kurt, no. You 2 hands into him. Straight at him, straight at him.
It's perplexing to watch free kicks when ruckman contest now, because both ruckman think.
Yeah. Saw McMalthouse appeared to look at the big screen and shake his head. Didak.
I'll pay it.
He's going to pay the mark, you heard. Players fly, almost, but not quite Dangerfield. Goodwin.
That's what a captain should do.
Scores level as we start the final term. Davis couldn't trap it. Vince got it from Tippett. Knights.
It seems to me that was the one that was clarified last year when McVeigh.
Throws from here.
I think I've switched 3 times this quarter.
The difference is now, with only 2 goals scored in the quarter, they've got to take some risks, Collingwood. They've got to make something happen.
Cloak, quick in off the square. Vince threw it out, but to Davis. O'Brien needs to hit a target. And now the clearance becomes ultra important. From the ball up, Fraser knocked down, no free. Dangerfield, quick off the square. Goodwin, Knights, they feed it back. Bach, all the way back to half-back.